Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today in front of you is the Wise Hitman. No, not a Hitman. That would actually, I'm not sure actually. Anyway, this watch is based out of, I believe, somewhere in Asia. And this is one of their models I'm going to review. It's the Wise Hitman. I chose to review the green dialed variant. I think it looks pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of the Rolex Submariner Hulk. Or the Oris Aquis has a green bezel as well. A lot of companies are doing that now. Considering the popularity of the Submariner Hulk has really exploded and the prices are pretty crazy. Although this is not as expensive as those watches, this is much more affordable at about $339 US. I'll drop a link to their website in the description below. Basic packaging, you do get a box and it does come with extra links, so don't worry about fitting it to your wrist. If you have up to like a 9-inch wrist, you'll be okay with the extra links, a nice little warranty card as well, and a spring bar tool. Anyway, getting straight to the watch. So as you can see, we have a solid 316L stainless steel case. It's very nicely finished, I must say. There are no sharp edges or anything like that. As you can see on the sides of the watch, you have a nice chamfer along the lugs, which is pretty cool. No crown guards on this model. Very clean design, very legible, which most people look for in a dive watch. This is rated 200 meters. Screw down crown, screw down case back as well. Basic specifications, you're looking at 41 millimeters in terms of diameter, 48 millimeters lug to lug, and you're also looking at in terms of thickness, 12 millimeters. That's including the bezel and the sapphire crystal. Now the watch has that green bezel, so it's a ceramic green bezel, which is very nice at this price. You're getting all applied markers on the dark, you can see that's a blackish dial. You're getting all nice hand applied markers, very neat. This watch is very well made, I must say. Everything is really on point. They do say that they do put the watches together when they're ordered, so I'm assuming they're assembling them themselves. I'm pretty sure that's what at least they told me. But the dial is pretty simple with branding. You can see Wise Hitman is printed in white, and then automatic 200 meters below that at the 6 o'clock position. A lot of lume can be applied to this, as you can see, very bold on the bezel and on the applied markers. It's all BG-W9 Swiss lume, so it's very bright. The lume is very good on this watch, and I will show you towards the end of the video a nice lume shot. So, some more stuff about this watch. So, let me line up the bezel. There you go. So it does come on an oyster bracelet, which is 20 millimeters, as you can see here. It's a very nice oyster bracelet, I must say, very comfortable. It is completely brushed, and as you can see, there are screws, so it's held in by screws. It's very fluid, no issues there, and it does fold over, as you can see. So no issues if you have that small wrist where it doesn't fold over and kind of sits on the edge of your wrist like that. So no issues with comfort there. The bracelet is very nice. As you can see, you have a simple clasp here signed with the Wise logo. It is a milled clasp. It does fold over. And you do get 1, 2, 3 micro adjustments, which fits my wrist pretty nicely. The crown itself is signed with the Wise logo, as you can see there. Yeah, the crown is actually very easy to grip. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew it. Now inside of this watch is the Seiko NH35 automatic caliber. Most of you guys are very familiar with this watch, this movement, I should say. And yeah, we get self-winding, we get about 24 joules, about a 40-hour power reserve. And we get hand winding, hacking, all that good stuff. Quick set date over at the 3 o'clock position. Give it some juice here. Very good crown action. No issues there. One position, you can flip through the date. Final position is hacking, and you can set the time here. So very easy to use. The crown function is just perfect. Not really any play there. And it screws in and screws out perfectly, so no issues there at all. Now the green ceramic bezel, which really is the star on this model in my opinion, really does pop. It is ceramic, and you do get some very nice grip on the side of this bezel, as you can see here. It is 120 clicks to time your 60-minute dives, and the bezel action is very good. There's really not much back play. As you can see here. And everything does line up perfectly to that 12 o'clock position. Very good, very nice clean cut sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on the underside. As you can see there, even with the light on it, you can still read that time. Now the green kind of shines onto the dial, which I did notice, which kind of makes it look like a lighter black at sometimes, which is pretty cool there. Now heading to the case back, as you can see here, oops, let me flip it over. It is pretty cool. It's a bit different than your average case back, as you can see the bullseye there. for the Hitman. You do get your number, water resistant, sapphire crystal, and yes, they are from Thailand since, if you can read that, since 2008. I haven't heard about this brand, but I guess they've been around since 2008. Very nice case back. Do get solid end links as well on this bracelet. Everything is pretty much spirally brushed, and the part where the specs are located is polished, which is pretty neat. Now, as you can see, the lume on this watch is very, very, very good. I must say, they did a very good job on the lume. It does last all night. And I was quite surprised. They applied it very nicely. The markers are good and are a nice size, so they can apply it very nicely, of course. I was surprised by the bezel. The bezel is extremely bright, just as bright as the marker, so definitely very good job on the lume with the Swiss BGW9, which glows blue. Strapped to my 6.5-inch wrist, as you can see, the watch fits perfectly across my wrist. You have a nice, slim, kind of slab-sided case here. It's very straight across and curves down towards the end. But it's really nice, very nice fit. The buckle is not too big or anything like that. And that green just really, really pops with the black dial. Like the new green, the new Starbucks version of the Submariner with the black dial and the green bezel. But this is a more affordable version. There are many different variations of this watch. They also do have a different model. They have a bunch of different bezel colors and some cool stuff on their website. The shipping was very fast as well. But definitely fits my wrist nice. I think it can fit up to an 8-inch wrist very nicely. You should have no issues. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wise Hitman from a brand based out of Thailand, which is pretty cool. It's always nice to see where a brand comes from. I don't know why, it's just different. Like a brand from Germany, that's really cool. Thailand, that's even cooler. I don't know, it just seems cool to me. Anyway, on this model, I didn't find any quality control issues. The watch is keeping great time. You do get all those specs that you look for in a watch priced at this price point. You get this ceramic bezel with BGW9, you get 200 meters, a nice bezel action, a nice screw link oyster bracelet, some nice packaging with some extras in there as well, extra links, a decent clasp. It's not one of those self-adjustable clasps, but I like these clasps a little bit better. They keep the profile down. You don't get that bulkiness. I'm not really fond of this ratcheting clasp, the thick ones that ratchet. Those aren't just for me, they're very uncomfortable for me. So I definitely prefer these smaller clasps in my opinion. But yeah, it's a very clean, nice looking watch, something that can be worn every day in the office, in the pool, at the beach, pretty much in any situation, which is nice. So let me know what you guys think of this watch down in the comments section below. And yeah, we'll chat a little bit more down there. Definitely throw the video a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.